I believe I've uncovered the true name of the first user of the Hito Hito no Mi, model Nika Devil Fruit. Let's go back to chapter 203, where we learn that Kahira was conquered by Alabasta, which at the time was ruled by Tamir of the Bitten dynasty. After Tamir's death, the new monarch enslaved the population to build massive tombs in honor of the royal line. This period of widespread slavery matters a lot, because it marks the beginning of a legend. And this is where my theory takes full shape. The Hito Hito no Mi. Model Nika wasn't simply inherited like other devil fruits. It was born. Born from the collective dreams of the oppressed. Here's why. We know devil fruits are shaped by desire. They come into existence based on the will of the people. Which means, before Nika existed, the very idea of Nika had to exist first. Freedom. Liberation. Joy. Nika was never a literal person. He was an idea, a symbol of freedom forged in the minds of those desperate to be free. So imagine an age when slavery was rampant, like under the rule of the Bitten dynasty. It makes perfect sense that the slaves' collective yearning for freedom actually birthed the Nika devil fruit into existence. And here's where the mystery deepens. Who was the first person to eat this legendary fruit? It wasn't Joy Boy. It wasn't Luffy. It was Mamuden, the great hero of Altea, mentioned once by Robin. Now, let's look closer at that name. Mamuden. It sounds remarkably close to Haruden, the illegitimate prince of Elbaf. If Altea was actually a village on Elbaf, kind of like Haugen, then what does that suggest? Something massive. The first user of the Nika fruit might have been a giant whose name was nearly wiped from history. Mamuden journeyed the world, freeing slaves wherever he went, until finally he arrived at Alabasta and ended the reign of the Bitten dynasty. That's what allowed the Nefertari family to rise to power, the same family that's now tied to Vivi and Cobra. Now here's the wild connection. Imu, the mysterious shadowy ruler of the world, was part of that very same dynasty, which means Imu knew Mamuden personally. They were from the same time period and maybe even rivals in ideology. After Mamuden fell, Imu likely saw the Nika fruit as a threat and decided to bury it. That explains the giant straw hat we saw hidden beneath Maria Joie, a relic of Mamuden's legacy. It was hidden underground, but not forgotten. And remember that massive building on Elbaf that has no historical records? That could be where Mamuden lived, a monument to a forgotten warrior. Why is it undocumented? Because the Void Century was an age of erasure. The world government deliberately wiped stories like Mamuden's to stop anyone from rebelling, to make sure the world never saw another Nika rise up again. Because with Nika came the threat of ancient weapons, like Pluton, which has the power to destroy islands. And if the people were inspired by Nika again, it could spark another war, one the world government couldn't win. So, what does this all mean? It means that the story of Nika goes far deeper than Luffy, or even Joy Boy. It means that Nika wasn't born a legend. Nika was made by the cries of slaves, the dreams of the broken, and the courage of a giant named Mamuden. A giant whose footsteps shook the world, whose dream planted the seeds of freedom that would live on, through Joy Boy, through Luffy, and maybe, one day, through all of us.